Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at noon. I'm Alexandra Carter. Not guilty pleas are entered for the man accused of trying to kill a woman in a storage unit last October. 44-year-old Freeman Cole faces several charges, including attempted first-degree homicide and strangulation and suffocation. In La Crosse County Court today, not guilty pleas were entered on his behalf. Cole has been refusing to leave his cell for court appearances, like we've been telling you. This has been forcing correctional officers to place a tablet near his cell so he could hear the proceedings. His pretrial conference is scheduled for December 6th. The death toll in Florida after Hurricane Milton now stands at 16. The storm left behind a trail of destruction and unprecedented flooding across the state, leading to incredible rescues by first responders. Millions of homes and businesses are still without power. Christian Benavides reports from St. Petersburg.
Rescue operations continue in Florida, with crews traveling in high water left behind from Hurricane Milton.
Just devastating. Everything is floating.
The water was waist deep at this Lakeland mobile home park, where Billy Mofield and his wife rode out the storm.
It was scary. Oh, there still is anxiety. It still is.
For some Tampa residents, the swamp of stormwater and overflowing sewage now contaminates their homes, including Yamile Barrios' house.
I was in the street for 3 years, and it took me a hard time to get where I'm at. Yeah. Back again.
This 80-year-old woman evacuated ahead of landfall, leaving everything behind.
This is a bad dream. Very bad dream.
Here in downtown St. Petersburg, Milton's thrashing winds pushed this massive crane from a skyscraper that's being built into an office building right across the street. No one was inside at the time, but there's lots of debris left over.
It's very hard to prepare. You got to just take cover and hope for the best.
Milton also brought an unprecedented wave of deadly tornadoes to the state, including multiple twisters to St. Lucie County in the span of 20 minutes. In Vero Beach, this family took cover in the bathroom as a twister tore through their neighborhood.
Even with the hurricanes, like, it's never been this bad.
Morgan Ryder from CBS Miami had an update on this pup named Lulu, rescued after tornadoes hit this retirement community.
Love you, Lulu.
Lulu's owners died in the storm. Now she's reunited with their grandson, a moment of joy amid crushing loss. Christian Benavides, CBS News, St. Petersburg.
President Biden has pledged long-term support from the federal government to help those impacted by the storm.
Well, good afternoon to you. As we get started here, we have another day of warm temperatures on the way. In fact, we'll see that finish out as we go into the afternoon. And of course, we're going to see temperatures ranging in the 70s and the 80s. Take a look at the smoke and haze that we caught up a little bit earlier. And then we mixed in some clouds with that as well. And now we're still holding on to those clouds currently and some of that smoke and haze. Current temperatures widespread in the 70s for you right now. And you can see a little bit, yeah, some 60s over to the west. You'll see that cooler air there. Temperatures are at least, well, at least about, say, 5 to about 10 degrees warmer. In fact, you're seeing a little bit of the radar out there right now. That's been going on all day west of the Mississippi over there in portions of Minnesota. Here are the clouds, as I've mentioned before, and as we get into it, that's the smoke and haze right there, continuing on as we go right into at least the midnight hour and possibly into the early morning on Saturday. That being said, Eau Claire has at least 70s expected for the afternoon, going into some 60s in the evening. We'll also see the same for La Crosse, upper 70s to around 80 degrees, and then cooling off into the 60s. When I come back, I'll give you a better overview of what's happening, but here's a look at your highs expected for the day. Get out and enjoy it if you can. It's going to be a nice day because things are going to change, and we'll talk about that when I return.
All right, Art, and with that fall weather approaching, if you have any leaves on the ground, you might want to pick them up this weekend. La Crosse's leaf drop-off sites will open Monday. All locations except for the site on Isle La Plume will open. The city asks residents to take their bags and containers home with you after you dump the leaves. Look for orange snow fencing to identify the drop-off locations, and you can find a full list of the sites on our website, news8000.com. With the winter quickly approaching, an initiative from the Salvation Army is ensuring all children can stay warm this holiday season. The nonprofit is teaming up with Quick Trip for Coats for Kids. Today, families picked up free winter jackets donated at local Quick Trips from the Salvation Army La Crosse's warehouse.
I've spoken with a few people, and they're very grateful for this opportunity to get free coats for their kids because they cannot afford a coat. And so we are here just to help the community, help families, help children every day.
The distribution also offered hats, gloves, and scarves for everybody from infants to age 18. And speaking of the holiday season, Canadian Pacific's holiday train is rolling through the La Crosse area in early December. The locomotive will be stopping at La Crosse's North Side Train Depot between 8:30 and 9 p.m. on December 9th. The CPKC holiday train tours Canada and the U.S. with the goal of raising money and collecting food donations for local food banks. Throughout the tour, a list of all local stops on the route can be found posted on our website. Coming up, Consumer Reports is calling for a ban on infant walkers like this one. We'll tell you why and what you need to know to keep your family safe when we come back.
With Tammy Baldwin, we've gotten extreme policies that are hurting our families. Baldwin voted to let boys compete in girls' sports, and she co-sponsored a bill to force women to share locker rooms with biological men. Worse, Baldwin's bill would force domestic violence shelters to admit biological men, even though survivors say it would cause significant trauma for women in those shelters. Tammy Baldwin has endangered Wisconsin families. Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
This is a cup of coffee. It's to go. Because here, you're on the move. Our team coordinates all your appointments, so you see all the experts you need quicker. Because when you're facing a complex condition, it feels like time is being taken from you. So, we found a way to give it back. East Park Medical Center, coming soon. UW Health, remarkable.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland, as in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face
with every meal made just for you.
That really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
I'm Stacy Klein. As a volleyball mom, I remember looking forward to our week for team snacks. But now even the generic brands are expensive. And while career politicians are busy pointing fingers and bickering, Wisconsin families are still suffering. That's why I'm running for state senate, to lower the cost of living, cut taxes, and get Madison back to working as a team again. Because Western Wisconsin families are tired of settling for generic brands and generic politicians.
Ready to kickstart your next chapter? Whether you're still in high school, freshly graduated, or seeking a new path, CVTC's hands-on programs will give you the skills to succeed. Join us in Eau Claire and River Falls at the CVTC Fall Open House, Thursday, November 7th, to discover how our fast, flexible, and affordable programs will get you started in a great-paying, rewarding career. Register today for a chance to win great prizes. Visit cvtc.edu/fall.
As president, I will be laser focused on creating opportunities for the middle class that advance their economic security, stability, and dignity.
Harris will lower the cost of living and cut taxes for middle-class families.
Because I strongly believe when the middle class is strong, America is strong.
Kamala Harris for president. The United Associations Union Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Vote PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Welcome back. Consumer Reports is calling for a federal ban on infant walkers, saying they are unsafe and that federal standards fail to address well-known risks. According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, nearly 2,500 children under 5 visited emergency rooms per year between 2021 and 2023 for injuries after using these baby walkers, jumpers, or exercisers. The American Academy of Pediatrics has also pushed for a ban, saying walkers do not help babies learn how to walk and can delay normal motor and mental development. Over 75 million Americans will get a 2.5% bump in their Social Security benefits next year. The agency says that's an average of $50 per month. This is the smallest cost of living increase since 2021. It comes as federal data shows inflation has declined significantly over the past 2 years, but some senior citizens advocacy groups say the amount does not keep up with older Americans' financial needs. And last night, Tesla CEO Elon Musk, you may have heard, unveiled the company's long-awaited robo-taxi. There it is. The Cybercab is fully autonomous without a steering wheel or pedals. Musk says production on the vehicle will start in 2026, and it'll be available for customers to buy for less than $30,000. That wraps up your afternoon consumer news. As we head to break, here's a live look at the New York Stock Exchange. Stay with us. More news is next.
Arthritis, high blood pressure, breast cancer. Almost everyone has a pre-existing condition and could lose health insurance if Derek Van Orden and Washington insiders get their way. They take money from big insurance companies, then try to strip coverage for pre-existing conditions. Van Orden and Washington insiders don't care about you, so if you get sick, you get dropped. Time to drop Derek Van Orden and these Washington insiders from Congress.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
Stanton Optical believes eye care should be affordable. Right now, for only $135, you get 2 pairs of progressives, plus all this. All that costs over $200 everywhere else. Book your eye exam today. Stanton Optical, easy's our thing. Welcome to Too Good to Guess. Can you guess how much 2 pairs of progressives, a free eye exam, and anti-glare lens upgrade will cost at Stanton Optical? Only $135? Wow, a deal so good, every customer wins. Book your eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Fentanyl is one of the most lethal drugs on the market. This much can kill thousands. These deadly drugs are pouring across our border. But Biden, Harris, and Democrats have done nothing to stop it. Tammy Baldwin claims she's trying, but she's failed. She took credit for an anti-fentanyl bill she didn't write and opposed efforts to secure the border. Senator Baldwin and Democrats have done nothing, and our communities are paying the price.
I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message.
I'm a nurse in Wisconsin, and my patients don't want politicians like Eric Hovde making their healthcare decisions.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
Hovde means what he says about opposing reproductive rights.
Eric Hovde supported overturning Roe v. Wade, which led to an abortion ban in Wisconsin.
And that's a ban with no exceptions for rape or incest.
What Hovde supports criminalizes abortion and doctors like me.
We need to vote against Eric Hovde.
Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
In your medical news today, some of the most common heart diseases are also linked to cognitive impairment and dementia. The American Heart Association found patients with heart failure, atrial fibrillation, and coronary heart disease had a much higher risk of stroke, which could lead to memory and cognitive issues. The study highlights how closely heart health and brain health are related. Teen friendships can play a big role in your mental health and happiness later in life. A study in Frontiers found teens who felt socially accepted grew up to be adults with less social anxiety and aggression, better relationships, and even better physical health. The early teen years around age 13 were the most impactful. And understaffed hospitals have greater rates of infections. A study in the American Journal of Infection Control found nearly 80% of hospitals didn't have the proper staffing to prevent healthcare-related infections. That includes infections linked to surgeries, blood draws, and catheters. The study's authors say it's clear there's a direct link between staffing levels and patient health and safety. Those were some of the day's top health headlines. As we take a live look outside now from CityCam 8, Art is in next to tell us about our weekend forecast.
From cozy breakfast nooks to formal dining areas, Ashley has versatile dining options that fit any space and style, starting at just $499.99. And receive a $250 mattress credit with the purchase of any 6-piece bedroom set. Only at Ashley. Shop more deals in-store and online.
Your journey to wellness begins at Vernon Memorial Healthcare, where excellence in orthopedic care is a reality. From initial consultation to post-operative recovery, every step of the way is tailored to you. The numerous awards for orthopedic services are a testament to our entire team's skill and dedication. Your path to wellness is paved with our unwavering support and expertise. Trust us for a brighter, more active tomorrow. Vernon Memorial Healthcare.
I'm sick and tired of getting ripped off by career politicians. And Tammy Baldwin, she's one of the worst. Baldwin's in bed with Wall Street. While she sleeps in her girlfriend's $1 million condo in New York City, Wisconsin families are getting hammered by high inflation and handouts for illegal immigrants. Tammy and her girlfriend are living large while Wisconsin families foot the bill. Frankly, it's time for Tammy Baldwin to go.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. Join my team and give today.
Liberal Rebecca Cook. She's cooked up quite a story about herself. The truth? Cook is a slick political operative who pocketed almost $200 grand electing Democrat extremists. Cook supported radicals pushing open borders, defunding police, and ending cash bail. No wonder New York radical AOC is spending big money to elect phonies like Cook. Rebecca Cook. A liberal recipe for disaster. Strategic Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Looking for a better night's sleep? Ashley Sleep offers 3 different mattress lines for every body, from soft, cloud-like comfort to firm next-level support. Or wake up on the bright side of the bed with a Nectar mattress starting at $7.99. Now available at Ashley. Shop more deals in-store and online.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Friday Night Frenzy, tonight at 10.
Well, once again, good afternoon to you. As you already know, warmer conditions are expected today. Clouds are going to be lingering. And this weekend, well, we have gusty conditions coming in, mostly now transferring over to Sunday. Cool conditions and storms maybe popping in some of our forecast areas today, most likely down to the south. Fall-like conditions as we go into next week. In fact, it's going to be pretty cold and frosty to start for Monday going into Tuesday. But for now, you take a look across the records here for today, 86 degrees. We also have forecast high of 80, so we're not going to get anywhere near that. 85 for Eau Claire for their record back in 1930. We're looking at a 77-degree temperature. Again, we're not going to get anywhere close to those. As we go away from most of the areas down into the Great Basin, we move it back over to here locally. You're going to be seeing the rain and storm activity trying to get through the areas here slowly but surely as the high ridge begins to build, and it gives us the last vestiges of this warm conditions today. Then it begins to break down and we'll hold on to clouds coming through the day, as you can see here, leaving more clouds coming into the overnight hours. So anybody trying to get in to look at any type of aurora borealis stuff, you're pretty much going to be in mostly cloudy skies. Rainfall steps in as we get into the 10 o'clock hour for a Sunday up to the north of Ladysmith, and then kind of drops down on Ladysmith as well as Eau Claire, then right back down to our area here locally. In the morning as we get into the afternoon, you're going to be seeing that happen for us. So again, you're looking at dry conditions going into the midnight hour as we look into some of the clearing going into areas right by Black River Falls, down into areas by Wisconsin Dells. You're in the clear until we get into the 7 o'clock hour where everything begins to fill up, and then you see more of those lines of showers kind of moving back again. Nothing doing in the way of storms just yet, but as you go into Sunday though, we're looking at the possibility of 11 o'clock in the morning back up to the north, and the showers that we saw and the storm activity we saw earlier is not no longer showing up on this graphic, so it looks like it's not really working out. What we have though, as we go into Sunday, maybe a sprinkle or two working the area. I want to give you a better overview here one more time as we go right into Sunday to show you what happens. We've got this wraparound moisture that continues to move around, so what you saw today may already be moving northward or maybe even well to our east. So that's what is happening right now, why you're not seeing a lot of rainfall right now. So as we go into it for Saturday, the rainfall we expect, you can see as we go right into Saturday, just around 11 o'clock, most of the rainfall is well up to the north. Before, it was widespread down here, and we had at least up to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall on the way. We go into Sunday, you're looking at maybe 1/10 of an inch or less to finish out the day, and that's the way it goes. Here come the winds as we roll right into Saturday, going into the evening hours and overnight. You're going to see these breezing gusty winds, 34 miles per hour, up to at least 36 to 38 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts popping through the forecast area, and that's going to continue all the way through Sunday into the overnight hours. That means fire danger is going to be an issue. As you can see, we're still in high danger for any type of fire conditions to pop up. And of course, we'll go right into today. You're going to see widespread 70s to the low 80s. Widespread 50s and 60s as you go into the next day, and as we finish out, you're going to see temperatures going to be much cooler for the weekend. You're going to see some 60s, 50s, and then Monday and Tuesday, look how chilly it gets for the holiday. You're seeing temperatures in the early morning in the low 30s, possibly even less. As you go into it, and you see some 20s in there, so that means frosty conditions hold.
Okay, the chill is coming. Thank you, Art. Coming up, the sky was the star last night. You may have seen. We'll show off some of the shots of the northern lights illuminating the western Wisconsin sky taken by our viewers.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee Fuel Saver for every $50 Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's a 25-cent Fuel Saver for every $50 you spend in-store and online. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Only at Hy-Vee.
Politics these days stinks. Too much hot air, and you know what else. But I'm no stranger to putting in a hard day's work and getting the job done. I have a history of bipartisan accomplishments. It's a hard job, but I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. I can reach across the aisle and pass good bills just as easily as I can walk across the barnyard with my shovel. So whether it's doing chores on the farm or passing bills in Madison, I'm Steve Doyle, and I'm ready to get back to work for you.
Kamala Harris is going to significantly raise taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
Kamala's plan will raise families' taxes by nearly $2,600 a year. Under Kamala, prices have already soared. Now she'd make it worse with even higher taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
President Trump will cut taxes again. No taxes on tips, overtime, or Social Security.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
In 2016, Donald Trump said he would choose only the best people to work in his White House. Now those people have a warning for America. Trump is not fit to be president again. Here's his vice president.
Anyone who puts himself over the Constitution should never be president of the United States.
I cannot in good conscience endorse Donald Trump this year.
His defense secretary.
Do you think Trump can be trusted with the nation's secrets ever again?
No. I mean, it's just irresponsible action that places our service members at risk, places our nation's security at risk.
His national security advisor.
Donald Trump will cause a lot of damage. The only thing he cares about is Donald Trump.
And the nation's former highest-ranking military officer.
We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator.
Take it from the people who knew him best. Donald Trump is too big a risk for America.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
I worked as a truck driver for 36 years.
And then one day I got this letter.
Your retirement will be cut.
Will be cut in half.
You don't forget something like that.
Every paycheck we put money away.
But because of Wall Street greed, boom, it was gone.
But Tammy Baldwin saw what they were doing and wrote a bill to save our retirement.
Then she fought like hell to pass it.
What Tammy Baldwin did for our families, you don't forget something like that.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee Fuel Saver for every $50 Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's a 25-cent Fuel Saver for every $50 you spend in-store and online. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Only at Hy-Vee.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time. You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Last night was a great night to catch a glimpse of the northern lights. We got a bunch of viewer submissions overnight. A few from the town of Onalaska. This one is courtesy of Ryan. Beautiful. Then over in Hillsboro, we'll see some pups taking in the lights. There they are. So cute. And in Sparta, more rich colors. This one from Jay Lynn. And we've even got a shot to show you from Ken Kozarowski's wife, Leah. We'll see if that one, there it is, looking beautiful. I unfortunately missed all of those because I have to go to sleep before the sun goes down. Stay with us. We'll have one more check of your forecast when we come back.
I've met so many people in western Wisconsin looking for a change. We need fresh ideas to tackle the issues families are facing every day. Inflation, healthcare costs, tax relief. In November, vote for someone putting in the legwork to find solutions. Vote Ryan Hipsch for Assembly.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Attract a variety of birds to your feeder with Enchanted Gardens Black Oil Sunflower Seeds. This highly nutritious seed keeps birds coming back. Get a 50-pound bag for only $17.99 after rebate. Get the last roof you'll ever need. Menards Steel Roofing offers superior wind and hail resistance. Plus, it's available in cut-to-your-length panels for fast installation. Get an 11% rebate on all Menards Steel Roofing.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm
I'm a nurse in Wisconsin, and my patients don't want politicians like Eric Hovde making their healthcare decisions.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
Hovde means what he says about opposing reproductive rights.
Eric Hovde supported overturning Roe v. Wade, which led to an abortion ban in Wisconsin.
And that's a ban with no exceptions for rape or incest.
What Hovde supports criminalizes abortion and doctors like me.
We need to vote against Eric Hovde.
Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Who's that Derek Van Orden think he is? He thinks he's better than us. Like that time he screamed at somebody, I don't give a who you are. I'm a congressman.
Language! Who does Derek Van Orden think he is, supporting an abortion ban?
I'm Rebecca Cook. Let me tell you who I am. I grew up on a dairy farm, run a small business, and I wait tables. Around here, we work hard, respect our neighbors' freedoms, and aren't looking for special treatment. We need one of us to represent us. That's why I approve this message.
Steve Doyle says,
I'm working for you.
Unless, of course, you're a senior on fixed income or middle-class family. Steve Doyle voted against bipartisan tax relief to help you with rising costs. Steve Doyle, playing political games, not working for us.
Join us October 12th and 13th at the Onalaska Omni Center.
We're looking at some sunshine today with a little bit of clouds kind of moving through. Temperatures widespread in the 70s to the low 80s. A little bit of rainfall coming in for the weekend as well. Drier conditions and cooler conditions on Monday.
All right, looking pretty good, Art. Thank you, and thank you for joining us. We will see you back here tonight. Until then, enjoy your Friday.